developed a nanomaterial by using a very simple process. That process is well known to everybody. So, but can we patent this? The process is well known, but that was the first time we have done this. We have made a nanomaterial out of that. Nobody has done that before. Yeah, I mean you have a known process, but the material that is produced is new. I mean nobody has done so far. Yeah, that is the nanomaterial. Nobody has done the nano. It is not. Nobody has produced the nanomaterial out of that.
Most likely.
Composition we can. And my second question is that we have applied for a one patent with one set of experimentation, but we found that by changing little the process, we are getting better product. So that patent we have already applied. So should we apply for another patent? Only last year we applied. To that patent, can we add or will? Yeah. So you can add it later.
It's addition of patents. You can add.
Now we filed only. I mean, it's not.
You can add please.
Oh, fine. Thank you.
So my doubt is there's a patent already, and one of the claims is like the patentism basically wind vibration energy, and they claim wind vibration energy, wind vibration harvest. So what they claim in one of the claims, it was like any method, any mechanical method for conversion of vibration energy to electrical energy, any electrical method, like it is a general term that they were using. Any method is comes under our patent. Like, I specifically did a mechanical method for which this can be converted. So my method can be patented or it cannot be. They did not make they just in one of the claims they just gave a general method. Any mechanical method or any electrical method that anybody uses comes under it is one of the claims. But I specifically did for the mechanical method. Can that be patented or cannot be? Like
Any will cover everything.
Any will cover anything. But they did not mention any of the things in their patent.
Maybe you can see at the drawing if they have given in the patent.
Like
Is the drawing very different than what you are attempting?
like they did not give, what the thing was like converting wind energy to vibration energy and from vibration energy to electrical energy. So what they said was like in the patent what they said was like any method that you use, any mechanical method which converts vibration energy to electrical energy or any electrical method that you use comes under our patent. But they did not mention any of those things.
Sorry, maybe we have not possibly understood that if anyone says any, it will be hit by the concept of what we call an indefinite claim, and so it would be actually struck off. But not knowing since it's a granted patent, I understand. So if that is the case, any means maybe they were looking at some mechanical means of doing it, right? Is it a method or it's a means?
Like any mechanical means or any electrical means, it is in one of the claims.
Maybe you give that detail for us to be able to address it well for you.
The question is here, you need to interpret the expression any. And there are standard methods of claim interpretation. And for the purpose of interpreting the word any, we will be looking into the intrinsic case, which is the patent specification and application, and then we will be looking into the prosecution history. So on the basis of that, you will determine the scope and extent of the word any. And if that particular, the first thing is this, the patent office should have rejected it on the ground of broad patent scope, and the patent should have been narrowed down. But right now you can also do this, provided you come out with your own interpretation supported by the intrinsic.
Sir, during the process of filing and granting a patent, we need to show the implementation of the system, of our system, or we can simply patent our idea, how to implement the system.
You don't have to show the implementation even after grant.
Okay, then we are developing a system for the mankind, so we need not to show the implementation of the system. We only can patent our idea, how to develop the system.
Please remember, ideas are not patentable. Expressions of ideas are patentable. That is the fundamental. And all inventors in this room, or even researchers, in order to establish a preliminary, prima facie case for patenting, you have to have a pilot. What is that pilot? For example, if it is a product, you should have a prototype to that, at least to say that these are the features of the product. That must be disclosed in your invention disclosure or the information disclosure process itself. If it is a process, you must indicate that yes, this process is truly leading to a conversion of something. That data must be shown. So it's not that I'm going to make a virtual process or a virtual product and draw a drawing and say that look, I can take a patent on it. It's not like that. This is what we call proof of concept in industry. I mean, that's my previous experience again. Yeah.
In case of new machine, it is also applicable.
So
But we are developing a new kind of machine.
So suppose I possess this, today I am saying that I have this as my invention. I need to show the making. That's what we say enable.
A practitioner of the art, that is the term used, that a person who does this kind of things, if he can read your patent and reproduce what you have described or claimed in that, only then it can be granted. That means there is a minimum requirement of how much you reveal. If a person who is skilled in the arts is unable to reproduce what you have described in the patent, it cannot be granted. I think that gives you the correct kind of answer. Does it?
No, it is not clear. That is the
See, if you, I'll give a very, absurd example. If you say that you take material X, add it to Y and heat it to temperature Z, you will get something. Nobody can do this, isn't it? Because they don't know what X, Y, Z are.
as an example, I am asking that we are developing a new kind of fan. We have developed a theory of developing a new kind of fan. At the time of granting the patent, we need to display the fan developed by our new concept.
No, that you don't have to do. But you should write enough for somebody who has the habit of, or who is experienced in making fans, will be able to use it and make that fan. That is the test. Yeah. That is called enablement. That means a person skilled in the art should be able to reproduce what you have described in the patent.
How it will be guaranteed that my concept should be reproducible?
But the device must be reproduced. See, you said something about a design for a fan, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that fan he must be able to reproduce looking at your pen.
Give an example which is really useful. So for this is a fan, right? You're looking at whatever improvement of this fan. Where is it that I get an idea that you are possessing that fan? You're claiming that as a fan. I look at the drawings. Not only that, I look at that. Okay, this can be assembled in a fashion to make a fan. In the area of drugs, let us say, so I claim that there is a new active pharmaceutical ingredient that I am actually trying to claim. How is it that the patent office is going to agree for a grant? Is that I need to show the data. If it is a drug, first of all I should have kinetic data that with time this is what the changes in how the molecule is reduced. Not only that, since it's a drug for consumption, I have to also show its metabolism. So that is what we call pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. Kinetics is but it enters your body, paracetamol you take, within 6 hours you have to take the next one. You still have to go. 6 hours is the time. And then paracetamol doesn't go only to your, it goes to all parts of the body, so it's metabolized. So I need to show that data in order to know that you possess that, or you are in, you have the working. So it's a working basically.
in that case we can say that simulation also acceptable. If we simulate the system instead of real implementation, that data also can be acceptable.
See, sometimes in software practice, there's a called prophetic examples. That is, there are in most arts, the mechanical, the electrical belong to what we call predictable arts, because I'm able to visualize this fan. But in the pharmaceutical biotechnology areas, you cannot visualize. You're saying drug and then it is active at 4 degrees, whatever, there are conditions to it. Nevertheless, the important thing is this, that sometimes, of course, in the US system, I think it's more favorite scenario, where prophetic examples are allowed in patents, but that should not be material to your claiming. If you are claiming an invention which is essentially, which can be known better by the working of it, then you must at least describe one working example. You must have. The others could be.
Basically, you are trying to ask us that whether actually you need to show utility or not. That is the question. The law is this, that there is a presumption of utility. Prima facie, the patent office would consider there is an utility unless it is disproved. Now the question is this, that there are two types of utility we talk about. One is called the constructive utility, the other one is called actual utility. You did not show actual utility. What you have, the other panelists have said, that you need to establish best mode requirement. And remember, this best mode requirement is the best mode known to you at the date of filing of the application. Okay? But let's say that somebody claimed cold fusion. Outrightly it was rejected by the US Patent Office on the ground that it is also not constructive. It doesn't have any. Even constructive utility is also.
I have another thing to ask. That is, as I was PhD student, I am working on sensor network. So in that case,
One of the most important things that is very down to inside is, does it look logical?
yes.
Whatever you have done, you have simulated, that means there is a proof of the logic behind what you are doing. Without actually constructing, by based on simulation, it can be granted. It can be.
Thank you, sir.